storesofthegirls.com.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by your local Ford stores. Visit localfordstore.com to check out Ford's full line of vehicles. Leading by example, Ford, go further. Jonathan Williams in the starting five for VCU, replacing really maybe the top defensive player in the Atlantic 10, Breonte Weber. Melvin Johnson, Jordan Burgess, Trayvon Graham, and Mo Ali Cox. Illinois State's five hasn't changed in a bit. Paris Lee, Deshaun Knight. We talk about the newcomers, Devon Akun-Purcell, Deontay Teddy Hawkins, and Reggie Lynch. Illinois State in its home whites with red trim. VCU, the Rams, coming in their dark jerseys. They've got white trim. What a special guest in the house. How about Doug Collins showing up and in the front row? The court is named after him, so I guess if he wants tickets for the game against VCU, he'll be here.
Tickets? Who says Doug Collins needs a ticket, Kurt? He wants to come. He's in the door.
There he is, the greatest player to ever wear an Illinois State uniform, the #1 overall draft pick in the 1973 draft, a 1972 U.S. Olympian. This floor here in Normal named after Doug Collins, and he's in the front row tonight.
And the best thing that ever happened to him is sitting right beside him, his wife, Kathy. Beautiful, beautiful young lady.
Brian Kersey, Jamie Lucky, Wally Rutecki are the officials from the Atlantic 10. Illinois State has the opening tip, and we're underway here in Normal. Glad you're alongside here on Comcast Sportsnet.
Kurt, there's a fever in the arena tonight that hasn't been here for quite some time.
The Redbirds know they're going to have to handle the pressure. Hawkins' three is in.
Look out when Teddy Hawkins hits his first shot, which is the first time this season that's happened. There could be fireworks in store, Kurt.
Yeah, he's only a 25% three-point shooter. He's the freshman from Dayton coming off that gigantic game against Youngstown State. 18 points and 15 rebounds in the Saturday win for Dan Muller's team.
In talking with the staff, after that game that you just mentioned, the double-double, they said they could tell he relaxed. After the game in particular, he just like, okay, now I'm starting to get it. I understand what I got to do and how I got to work to get my shot. That's awesome that he hits #1 tonight.
Graham penetrates. Floater. Missed it. Rebound by the Redbirds.
I think Graham went in there but wasn't so decided that he wanted to shoot or pass.
Lynch over Ali Cox. Wouldn't go. Oh.
Good move, though. I like what I'm seeing early impressions of the Redbirds. They're getting the shooters they want to have the ball where they need the ball.
Johnson fires up a three, no good. Graham offensive board, another look for the Rams.
That's going to be a crucial stat as the night wears on, Curtis. Who's going to control the boards? You can't give a team like this second attempt because right there's what happens. They get it inside.
Lynch with his first block of the game.
Look out.
Akun-Purcell for three.
Momentum, momentum, momentum. Old Mo is smiling on the Redbirds early.
Again, Ali Cox works on Lynch and a whistle.
All Lynch has got to learn, and I know the staff is pulling their hair out, is he's just got to go straight up. Wall up on that man. Do not bring the arm down. And he is really struggling to learn that. And this many games into your sophomore season, you got to understand that. His Fanny needs to be in the court for the Redbirds to be successful, and he's got to eliminate silly fouls. I don't fault his effort and his intent, but you got to be smarter than this. Because now he goes to the bench, and we're, 2 minutes into the game?
2 minutes into the game is when Shaka Smart takes off his sport coat. We knew it wouldn't last long.
Oh, no.
But the terrific coach of the Rams, who has his team in 4 consecutive NCAA tournaments the last 4 years and a CBI championship the year before that. What a 5-year run he's had in Richmond, now in year 6.
This is when the Rams do their damages after they score.
Akun-Purcell, another open three.
But look at this.
Offensive rebound. Redbirds going to get another crack at it. Now it's Paris Lee's turn. His three is in.
Teddy Hawkins kept that ball alive on the tip-out. Came from the deep corner. Instead of being an observer and a spectator, he kept the ball alive and gave the Redbirds a second opportunity. Paris Lee knocks it down.
The Redbirds have 3 3-point makes. in the first 2.5 minutes. Johnson give and go with Graham. Missed the shot. Tip out. It's Knight controlling for the Redbirds.
Oh, they can't give him that. He'll knock that down all night long. Free throw, jump shot for Deshaun Knight in transition all day, Kurt. Energy created by the quick start for the Redbirds. I won't say it was a necessity, but it certainly helped. The coaching staff now has the Redbirds' full attention and on what to do. They know the game plan will work.
Jaquan Lewis has checked in the game. That's him, number 1 for the first time. We're also seeing Justin Tillman in the game right now for the Rams. Another rejection. The Redbirds playing some good D here.
Once again, the name Teddy Hawkins surfaces, this time on the defense. We see the penetration right here, which is not necessarily what the defense wants to have happen, but when there's people attracted to the ball, then things like that can happen. That's what your big guys are supposed to do. Be active. Don't be a spectator.
Mikhail McIntosh in the game for the first time for the Redbirds. We're also seeing Will Ransom in the game for Illinois State. Both coaches going to their bench early.
One thing I'm seeing right now out of the Redbirds is a very active defense. They're on the ball, and we see quick hands of Paris Lee right there stealing it.
Ransom on the kick out to Lee.
Oh, I like this. Oh, his drop step was on the sideline out of bounds.
Good ball movement by the Redbirds, but Wills was out of bounds, and so that's going to be a turnover and go back to VCU. There's Shaka Smart, 141 and 48 in 6 years at VCU.
Will Ransom playing the post right now while Reggie Lynch sits on the bench with a foul, early foul.
Graham's first field goal of the game. Nice soft touch. He scored 34 in Saturday's loss to Old Dominion. Did much of his damage in the final 8.5 minutes.
When Will Ransom's at the post, the Redbirds got the ball to him in the low block. He reverses it and kicks it out. If that's Reggie Lynch in there, it's a shot attempt.
And Paris Lee knocks down another three. The Redbirds with their 4th three-point make of the first half.
Which is something that hasn't happened, other than Bobby Hunter, that hasn't happened much this year. The Birds have struggled shooting from beyond the arc. This is the kind of thing that they need.
Now Lewis answers with a 3. Juan Lewis is back after a concussion. Suffered that against Tennessee. And again, here's that full court pressure that the Redbirds really struggled with a year ago.
Kurt, they run 3 types of pressure. When they zone pressure, they've got a diamond in one full court, they've got a diamond in one 3-quarter, and then they've got what they call double fist, which is a full court man-to-man. From their zone presses, they can drop back. Sometimes they'll be in a zone and they'll trap again, or sometimes they drop back into a man. They completely keep you guessing.
And Paris Lee attacks from the left and scores with the left hand.
Is Paris Lee off to a great start or what?
The sophomore from Maywood, just outside Chicago, having a night early on. 8 points for Lee. Graham left open. Ball on the floor and controlled by McIntosh. Redbirds have it and a 10-point lead.
Paris Lee kind of gathering himself right now. Let's not get out of control and get crazy. Let's run our half-court offense. This time VCU's in a half-court man after a miss.
Lee that time rejected. The Redbirds off to a hot start. They've scored 16 of the game's first 22, and they lead VCU by 10 early on here at Redbird Arena. 16-6, Kurt Pegler, Bob Morris with you here at Redbird Arena and on Comcast Sportsnet. Glad you're alongside for Missouri Valley Conference against the Atlantic 10.
Kurt, the Redbirds needed a jump start to get the energy high tonight. Paris Lee has provided that for them. 3 of 4 from the field and a steal. He's just doing a great job. He's on the bench right now with the deserved rest, kind of ready to bring him back in so he can maintain that level.
Yeah, 3 points in his last game and 8 already here in the opening minutes of this one. Akun Purcell had his shot rejected. Ball is loose, and that's going to be a shot clock violation.
Okay, on that, what happened? Akun Purcell makes the penetration. Bobby Hunter got stuck in the corner and didn't move to the gap. He didn't give him a kick out. And they had a defensive man between them. He's got to move and rotate so that when Purcell makes that penetration, there's a release pass that he can make rather than put a shot up as he did.
Doug Brooks in the game. His floater is up, and does it count? They're going to say the basket's good, but looks like an offensive foul.
This is a rule that I will never understand as long as I'm in this game and watching this game. You either charge or you make the basket. How can you have both happen? I just don't get it.
So the foul is charged to Brooks. The basket is good. Brooks' first foul. And the first foul against the Rams here tonight.
And it allows VCU to set up their trap, their press and trap out of it. Now the Birds, they're getting very aggressive. They're trying to create energy. Timeout, because the Birds were not going to.
Actually, they got a foul here.
There's a foul.
Backcourt foul.
Coach Muller was over there screaming for a timeout, but VCU bailed him out with a foul. There was 1 second left on the 10-second clock. It was at 20-25.
Fouls on Jonathan Williams. That's his first, again, the team's second. Terry Larrier, the freshman from the Bronx, New York, is checked in. 6'8", long, athletic. Certainly VCU, that's what they've got going for him. Here's McIntosh now as the Redbirds break the pressure, and he scores.
At some point in time, I hope we get a chance to show you the diagonal pass against a zone press after reversal is the one that's always open, and if you attack the rim, as was done right then, you'll have good looks.
Brooks the miss, Ali Cox the rebound, and the foul's going to go against Illinois State.
Right here, we just saw the diagonal pass, and Mikhail McIntosh takes it aggressively, but under control. Left hand, body shaded the defense away, finished it off at the rim. When you're attacking a press, you've got to have 3 outlets. A reverse, a sideline, and diagonal.
The Redbirds get a steal up the inbounds, and that's a Kuhn Purcell, the first one down the floor.
I love it. He didn't try to showboat with a man on him. He made sure he got the sure 2 points with off the backboard lay-in. Once again, the Redbirds are the ones that are creating defensive havoc. Almost got another one.
Williams with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Tip is no good. Ali Cox was in the middle of that, but it's off his hands and out of bounds. It'll be Illinois State basketball.
That might be the widest set of shoulders I've seen in a long time on a human being that Ali Cox has. That is a large individual in the middle. Not necessarily tall. That looked like a defensive end, though. Redbirds brought the big fellas up to inbounds a pass. And now, here we go.
Hawkins 3. Airballed it. Lynch had it in his hands momentarily and knocked away, though.
Hawkins was second-guessing himself the whole time right there. Should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I?
Part of the success to beating that pressure is making it count on the other end of the floor.
Exactly. You got to know when to attack it, which Mikhail McIntosh did last time.
Johnson penetrates. Lynch again a block, his second of the game. Now a 3 is in. That worked out well for VCU. Jordan Burgess, who's a 39% three-point shooter. Right place, right time, knocked down the 3 after the block.
Like we said in our opening segment, Kurt, the Rams of VCU love to chuck up the 3. They're averaging, I think it's 28 attempts a game. So when they get penetration and kickouts, none of their players hesitate to shoot a 3.
They've all got the green lights.
Yep.
Deshaun Knight puts it on the floor. Penetrates, can't get it. It's cleared by Burgess.
I think Knight was anticipating some contact that he never got. Redbirds started in their traditional zone that they love to play, and they've been in it every possession.
Burgess another 3. Long rebound, out of bounds to Illinois State. And we've got a timeout on the floor. 9-point lead for the Redbirds. 20-11 Illinois State with 11-11 to go here in the opening half. And he had the crowd on its feet and fired up, and the game is on Saturday. I think they want to play right now.
Yeah, yeah. If anybody that's ever been around Coach Spack, when it comes time to talk his team and their success, you get fired up. He loves to talk football and his ball players. And good reason. Crying out loud, they're conference champions.
10-1 season, the first 10-win regular season in program history. Redbirds get the ball across the timeline, beat that pressure.
Just a quick side note, Kurt. ISU is shooting at a 57% clip. VCU at a 27% clip.
Akun Purcell fakes it at the line and penetrates, and he's going to be rewarded at the free throw line.
And that's why. They are attacking the rim, and when they take perimeter shots, they're wide open shots that they should be taking, but they're attacking the rim. Watch this. Right here, boom, he's coming in, and he gets pushed right there. There's no question. I believe that was Tillman that drew the foul.
For our friends in Virginia watching the game, if you don't have tickets for Saturday's Virginia Commonwealth game at the Verizon Wireless Arena, you don't have to miss out on watching the game with other Ram fans. All Richmond Buffalo Wild Wings will have a limited supply of the official whiteout t-shirt at their locations for the game. Have that Siegel experience next Saturday for the Hoops and the Rams at Richmond area Buffalo Wild Wings. It's a big rivalry game coming up for the Rams against nationally ranked Cavaliers of Virginia. Big stretch for Shaka Smart's team.
Oh, yes.
Nice pass down low. Tillman had a shot rearranged it somehow. It lifted way out of the three-point line. They'll get a three. How do you like that?
I give VCU credit on that, but I will also say Teddy Hawkins did a great job of coming from the opposite side to block the initial shot.
And Melvin Johnson credited with that three-point shot. And now again the havoc pressure. The Redbirds trying to break that. Akun Purcell is open. His three is banked in.
He thought he had contact. Referee didn't see it that way, but it banked in.
Fifth three-point make of the game for the Redbirds.
Help me out, Kurt. How many are the Redbirds averaging on the season?
Not enough, I would imagine.
I don't think it's 5. Per game, anyway. I don't believe so.
Near steal that time. Good pass down to Tillman, who scores a little jump hook, if you will, one-hander.
Can't let the ball get that deep on the initial pass like that. That makes the defense, particularly his own, collapse.
And there's a turnover. And now Johnson for three. And just like that, 5 really quick points. And that, in a nutshell, is what VCU can do to you.
That's right.
Now a blocking foul in the backcourt against VCU.
You don't want to get that ball. ISU is threatening to get it too low. If you're below the free throw line and in the corner, you can't make that dribble right there and draw that foul. You've got to be able to dribble out of the initial trap and reverse the ball.
Officially, the Redbirds are averaging 5.6 three-pointers a game, and right now they're at 5. So there you go. The lead, which was once 12, is now down to 6 for Illinois State.
Well, 5 consecutive will do that. I like the decisions, for the most part, that the Redbirds have been making against the pressure. When they get it past half court, if there's not an opportunity, they run some half court. Oh, here's a great pass in.
Reggie Lynch with
right
the right
there.
hand.
That could be bread and butter. If you get their defense spread out, get him isolated like it. They haven't got anybody that can match Reggie Lynch. That's why Reggie's got to stay out of foul trouble. He has got to have his fanny on the floor to be an offensive factor.
First points for the sophomore, the 6'10 sophomore from Minnesota.
Because when he's a factor, when Reggie Lynch is a factor down low, the next thing they have to do is start doubling on him, which allows somebody that's a hot hand to get a wide open shot. Like this.
Will's floater.
Oh, that was ill-advised. Okay, let's take a quick look here on the replay of Reggie Lynch coming in and look, established position at that point with no help. They cannot guard him one-on-one. Reggie Lynch has enough ability to get the ball that low in the block and take you to the bucket every time. They're either going to have to correct that and pick him up higher and or give help. They give help, that means somebody else is wide open for a kick out.
He's already got 2 blocks, usually makes his mark defensively. Had a 7-block game on Saturday against Youngstown State. That time he bit the pump fake, and the Redbirds recovered nicely and came away on the steal.
I don't like him out there beyond the 3-point line trying to block shots. Another wide open look, shot fake, little penetration. Redbirds are doing a good job of managing this half-court pressure. They're finding good movement.
McIntosh had the short shot. It was contested. He missed it.
But I like it. It was still a good offensive sequence. They moved the ball. They made their defense play, and they got a basket attacking the rim. The attempt, I should say. Defensively, this zone for the Redbirds has been so active.
Brooks is fouled by Bobby Hunter. He's going to get 3 free throws when we come back. Illinois State an 8-point lead, 27-19 with 7:19 to go here opening half.
Up to this point, 7 assists. That's outstanding. Now, we talked in the pregame about how many contributions Devon Akun-Purcell has brought to the squad this year. He's got 10 points. He's got 3 assists already. I mean, he's having a terrific jump start to a vital game for the Birds.
Yeah, he averages 16 points a game. He's got 10 already, as you said. Brooks, meanwhile, has struggled at the free throw line here. He's missed his first 2. Got that one.
Couldn't do a hat trick.
Now we'll see Jared Guest come back in. And Melvin Johnson. Johnson, the three-point shooting threat. He can really score from anywhere.
He can light it up. There's the long diagonal that I talked about.
And Hunter's 3 is missed. He's had the hot hand lately. Ball is tipped around and controlled by the Rams.
I think the official followed the ball and not the action on that one. There was a knockdown, I do believe.
There's your Johnson 3. That is long. And Lynch goes back and controls for the Redbirds.
But you got to play through fouls that aren't called.
Hunter had a shot swatted out of there by Ollie Cox.
That was no foul. That was a get out of here with that. I like how the Birds are playing. I really like the rhythm. And they're playing with a sense of confidence that I can honestly say I haven't seen this year.
Hunter in the paint. Flipped it up and in.
Led with his body, finished with the ball. Good way to attack the rim. Put some spread between you and the defender. What a zone. I mean, you got Mikhail out there running around on the wings with long bodies on the wings.
And active hands, as you've mentioned a couple times here in the opening half, and another steal for the Redbirds.
You know, when you can run Teddy Hawkins and Mikhail McIntosh at you, it's 6'7", 6'8", and they're on the wings, that really, you get in the passing lanes, you can really deflect some things and get steals. Good decisions being made by the Redbirds. They're not forcing yet because they know, oh, now that was silly. That was a bad angle, Paris Lee. He knows better. He knows better. All he's got to do is take one more dribble, and he's got a much better angle to make that entry pass to the post. And then you got Reggie Lynch isolated.
And now we're seeing for the first time Breonte Weber coming in the game for the Rams. So at the 6-minute mark, Weber is in. 9 points and 4 rebounds a game for the senior from Chesapeake, Virginia.
Which is interesting. There's a reason that you and I are not aware of, but that young man, before this season is over, is going to become the leading steal individual. Have more steals than anybody in the history of the NCAA men's basketball.
Tony Wills going to pick up the foul on the rebound there. And we'll see Akun-Purcell come back in. He'll replace Wills, who just picked up his first foul. That's the 4th against Illinois State.
Very active zone. They're not allowing much penetration on this sequence. Every time good no call. I love that.
Johnson, nice save. Ball is flipped up, no good. Redbirds with good defense that time as Justin Tillman tried to do a reverse lay-in around Lynch.
And Lynch had great body control. I was critical of him early for slapping at a ball. That time he didn't.
Purcell, offensive foul. Somebody lost a shoe. Clear out here.
That's blowing a shoe.
It's Travion Graham. Here's the offensive foul. Watch the shoe go flying here, too.
Well, and the dead giveaway on that was the fact that Purcell had his shoulder down. When you lead with your shoulder, you got a little dip in it, they're going to call it every time.
Five minutes left in this very entertaining opening half.
Oh, they just don't hesitate. And that's why.
Graham open look, and he knocks down the three.
And it's a 6-point lead again. VCU just never goes away. And there's a turnover. Right back do they get it.
Well, they just keep coming at you and coming at you and coming at you, and being down by 12 is not going to scare this team at all, because it doesn't take long for them to get right back in it.
Their whole theory of basketball is that we will out-hustle you. We will out-hustle you to the point that your reactions and your ability to think under pressure will be affected by our hustle. And that's the way they play.
Lynch just out-muscles everybody for that rebound. That last turnover, by the way, for Illinois State, it's fourth of the game here. There's Knight through traffic, bumped. He's going to get to the free throw line.
Again, it's attacking the rim, but doing it under control. We'll take a look right here. Here he comes down the lane, gathers himself. One defender backs off, but I believe it's Tillman that comes from the backside, bumps him, going to the line. You take what the defense gives you, but you do it while in control. Tillman, little side note on Tillman. People in Redbird basketball land will recognize this name. Pershing High School in Detroit, Michigan. The former coach many years ago, Redbird Arena now has a statue out front in honor of him. The great Will Robinson, who led Illinois State in Division I ranks.
That's his old high school, isn't it?
That is where he made his name, at Pershing High School. And Justin Tillman, a freshman at VCU, is from there.
In Detroit.
You know, you have a little bit of success in the NCAA, make a few runs and things of that nature, your range of being able to recruit players expands.
Everywhere.
Detroit, Michigan, going to Richmond, Virginia, to Virginia Commonwealth. Once again, good ball movement by the Redbirds.
And they're trying to create, get the screen from Ransom. Now he's double teamed and lost the dribble. He's in trouble. Tried to spin through. Loose ball. Will Ransom goes and gets, but he slid right on the baseline, so that's going to be a turnover against the Redbirds. 3:37 to go here until halftime. Illinois State with a 7-point lead over VCU. 8 points off those 6 turnovers.
That's the heart and soul of their program. They're going to create pressure, and it's ongoing. That's why when you play the likes of a VCU, you have to have 40 minutes of focus. You have a letdown, like you just said, for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, boom, they score in spurts. Your guards, your perimeter players cannot turn the ball over because it leads to direct points.
Ram open for the jumper, and he nails it.
There's another turnover on the offensive end for the Redbirds, a bucket for the Rams. Good outlet right there by Teddy Hawkins. Good recognition to come up, help out on the inbound.
And another steal. It's Weber and the kick out.
Boy, they just know right where to
three
go.
is in for Johnson.
And all of a sudden, we got a 2-point ball game. Devon Akun Purcell just kind of panicked right there on that pass.
Redbirds have turned the ball over 6 times now in the last 4 minutes.
Well, that was kind of a sloppy, that was very sloppy play that turned out to the benefit of the Birds on a loose ball. Lynch got it and it was hammered in the process, but it was all because everybody was going after a loose ball. The calmness and the control that we saw the Birds have early has disappeared in the last few minutes.
Knight's going to lose it on the floor. Johnson comes away with it, and that's a foul against the Redbirds.
A kick by Devon. Deshaun Knight. Deshaun Knight called him. They got him on a foul, which I missed it. I didn't see it, but Fact of the matter is, the ball goes back to VCU. It's a 2-point game with 2.5 minutes to play.
The Rams can shoot for the lead here.
And probably will. They love the 3-point attempt.
Johnson pump fake, step inside the arch. Rimmed out and tipped in. That's Jordan Burgess.
They just keep running bodies in and find somebody that can get hot.
And the Redbird lead, which was once 12, is gone. We're even at 30 with 2 minutes to go in the half. Backcourt foul now against Graham.
Right there. Now watch the effort. There's two people, and right there, they got away with a little bit of a bump on Teddy Hawkins. They got to push him underneath the rim, and were able to make room to come up for the tip-in. Hawkins couldn't control it. Those things happen. You got to play through that. You got to play strong. You got to get a wide base. One of the things that's kind of gone by the wayside is going up and grabbing a rebound with two hands. If you do that, the guy behind you cannot tip it over you.
That free throw from Paris Lee ends a 7-0 VCU run. The Redbirds haven't had a field goal, Bob, in about 5 minutes of clock time here.
And the way this game started, who would have thought that? I mean, they were just scoring it well. 7 different people came out and cranked up field goals early. Much needed pair of throws right there by Paris Lee. Ooh, that was back in, yeah, that was just plain silly. Completely lost track of where he was, threw it back over the timeline. Those are the kind of mistakes in games of this nature you can't make. That is so untypical of a VCU squad.
Well, the Redbirds needed a little something to stop the bleeding here, so Illinois State will gladly take that miscue.
VCU is creating turnovers for both teams.
Lee with the lob down to Lynch. Around a double team and a foul.
No,
out of
just
bounds.
An out of bounds. A lot of the fans in that end zone thought it was a foul.
I'm not quite sure how Lee was able to get the pass to Lynch around that double team. But he kind of Peyton Manning it through the two defenders, didn't he?
Dropped in a teardrop. There we go.
And that's Hawkins.
I'd like to see him get a few more attempts. One more pass, and there's a wide-open three.
Quickly down the floor, and just like that, it's Melvin Johnson, a three from the other side this time.
Johnson can score in bunches. Here's the reversal. There it is. Just be patient. Move the ball. Don't get stagnant and let them control tempo. That's zone press back into a man all the way to the rim.
Paris Lee all the way down, and again, he draws contact. Well, the Illinois State coaches had hoped they could keep Virginia Commonwealth to about 7 or 8 3-point makes for the game. And right now, the Rams have 7 here in the opening half. Most of them coming in the last 6 minutes of the half. But it's Lee to the free throw line. .5'11" sophomore playing very well right now for the Redbirds. They are setting a couple of fresh bodies in. That's Wills and Hunter. So Kuhn, Purcell, and Deshaun Knight to the Redbird bench. Lee splits the free throws, and the Illinois State lead is 2 at 35-33. Final minute here, opening half at Redbird Arena. And again, the Rams have an opportunity to shoot for the lead. Cox from the baseline. Missed a shot, tipped out, and controlled by the Redbirds. About a 10-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Give and go. Lynch spins. Traveled.
Traveling violation, VCU ball.
And so now the Rams have an opportunity to get the last shot here. 9th turnover for the Redbirds, who are averaging about 13 and a half a game. hear from Illinois State head coach Dan Muller at the half as he's leaving the floor. Final 20 seconds of this half. It's been a good one. Seven to shoot. 3 to shoot. Weber's in trouble. Redbird stop it. No shot at the end of the half. And the Redbird D puts up a big stop sign on that play. 9-9. Casey's, famous for pizza. VCU starts the second half with the basketball. Illinois starts it with a lead, 35-33.
You know, VCU jumped up and grabbed the momentum there in the last few minutes, as we talked about, creating turnovers and making life miserable on the Birds.
Johnson's three is missed. Offensive rebound, though, flipped up, is missed. That was Burgess who had a pretty good look at it. And another offensive rebound. Johnson down the lane, blocked by Lynch, but a foul.
You can't give 3 opportunities at the rim.
Look at some of those numbers from the opening half. Again, we mentioned the Redbirds came out on fire, but it was the Rams that eventually had more three-point makes than Illinois State. And boy, that turnover number is big. The Redbirds turning the ball over 10 times, and Virginia Commonwealth Bob scoring 15 points off the turnovers.
Yeah, that's never good. That's never good. When the Birds were in control of the first 14, 15 minutes, they controlled the keys to the things we talked about as keys in this game, and we lost our edge and slipped a bit down the stretch run. Got to finish better. Even though we had a lead, which is now a tie game, we got to come out strong, and just like we did at the beginning of the game, we need to start the second half that way.
VCU out-rebounding Illinois State, 11-3 on the offensive glass. Again, a key statistic that we'll be keeping our eye on is the rebounding differential.
These first 4 minutes of a half are always interesting to me, because it's always who makes adjustments. Who's going to make the first proper adjustment to maintain an advantage?
Akun Purcell picked up right where he left off. He knocked down the three to begin the game.
It was the penetration by Deshaun Knight and found him in the corner. He had his feet set. When Devon's got his feet set, he can crank it. He is good as there is when he's got his feet set. He's not particularly a great shooter off the dribble, but he likes to penetrate to the rim. Then he's effective.
Tough shot by Ali Cox, no good.
That's who the Redbirds need to let him shoot the ball more often.
Purcell penetrating again, drawing contact, no call.
Wow.
Back comes VCU now with some numbers if they want it. Trailing the play is Weber, and he knocks down the three, and the Rams have tied the game at 38.
Shaka Smart getting involved in the game. Hustling over, just as the example you would think he might set. Picking up a loose ball, throwing it to the Redbirds so they can get it inbound. This is the young man with the ball right there that I think needs to get more active and get more shots.
Lynch works on Ali Cox,
oh my.
But he stepped on the baseline. Nope, perhaps there's a foul before it.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. They said pointed to the ground, and I thought the same thing. I thought he stepped out of bounds. I think the foul occurred on the ground before the shot. Back to my original thought. I think Teddy Hawkins needs to be more active. Look for the shot, get some more movement, that he's coming off screens and he's moving without the ball and catching the ball ready to shoot.
Correction, that foul was on number 12, Mo Ali Cox.
Mo Ali Cox there saying the foul is on him. He and Lynch going at it all night long here.
Justin Tillman back in the game for Ali Cox. Tillman, they know he can jump out of the gym, but they don't know how far, because he jumped higher than the measuring machine. They know he can jump 12-3, but they don't know if he can go higher.
Akun Purcell with the follow. 15 points for Akun Purcell. He's had double-digit scoring efforts in every game so far for the Redbirds.
Well, when you look at him, you think, and every young basketball player out there should use him as an example. If you just stand when your teammate shoots the ball, the only way chance you got is if it falls right into your hands and comes to. He goes and gets the ball. He is active when he doesn't have the ball in his hands, good things happen. Whether it be you get open for a shot or you get offensive putbacks. Great sequence right here for the Redbirds.
5 to shoot, and Graham with a bailout 3. It's off the back of the iron, but another offensive rebound for VCU.
They're just killing the Birds on the boards. Giving them second opportunities in this, to play defense for truly 35 seconds and then giving up the ball for this opportunity.
Graham's floater that time no good. Still tipped around. Cox tried to keep it alive, and back come the Redbirds now.
Decision making right here. That was good right there. I liked it. Oh, good dump off.
Lita Lynch, but he put it on the floor and had it stripped.
Yeah.
Now it's Burgess attacking from the right, and he's got a three-point opportunity.
Started off by a turnover from Reggie Lynch, putting the ball on the floor in the crowd. If you're a post player and you're a step away from the rim, you don't want to dribble. Get the ball up high, keep it high, put it in the hole.
7 points and 6 rebounds for Burgess. The first lead of the night for VCU. With each VCU assist this season, the folks in Virginia at the Virginia Credit Union will donate money to the Children's Hospital of Richmond at VCU. In the past 2 years with the Virginia Credit Union Assist programs, the hospitals received $55,000. With the program, Virginia Credit Union is dedicated to building a better community, one assist at a time. Back and forth action here.
Another turnover and a quick 3 by Virginia Commonwealth. But it didn't hurt the Birds because, once again, Akun Purcell got himself hustle rebound.
That foul's going to be on Michael Gilmore as he got tangled up with Mikhail McIntosh. Redbirds trail for the first time tonight. It's 41-40 VCU.
First recruit to sign and attend to ISU.
Yeah,
the all-time assist leader.
VCU leads this all-time series 4-1, and the only time the Redbirds beat them, 1994, when Kason was the point guard for Illinois State. And he and Dan Muller were teammates, and he and Dan Muller were on the Vanderbilt coaching staff together too. So they've got quite a history together.
That they do. They're very close, actually. They're good friends. And David never lets him forget that, Dan, you'd have never scored a point had I not given you the ball.
Redbirds with an opportunity to reclaim the lead here. We're 4.5 minutes into a second half here. It's been an entertaining game. Bobby Hunter's first points of the night are 3.
There's a young man that's been shooting the 3 at a 56% clip that has been held silent all night until then. The Redbirds need him to come to life and get a spark.
One of the reasons why VCU's made this big rush on Illinois State, they have 14 more shots than do the Redbirds.
Well, turnovers create that, Kurt.
That foul is an offensive foul against Justin Tillman of VCU, so there's a turnover against VCU. Here's a look again. Bobby Hunter's been the guy the last couple of games for the Redbirds.
Again, right there, it was good patience by the Redbirds. They brought the ball into the right side. Paris Lee swung it off the dribble to the left side and found a wide open Bobby Hunter.
Near turnover that time, and Paris Lee wants timeout. He called for timeout, it looks like. Did he get a timeout? Or did he get a 10-second
I think it's going. They called the jump ball, but the off official saw and heard a timeout. I do believe it.
No, it's going to be a 10-second violation against the Redbirds. Their inability to bring it past the timeline.
Wow. You know, the aggressive style of VCU, there's a lot of pushing, a lot of bumping, a lot of shoving, and I don't mean it in a dirty manner. I mean, that's when you play a pressing, aggressive defense, there's going to be a lot of contact. Whether there was enough contact on that deflection in the midcourt there to call a foul, officials didn't see it that way. There's just a lot of contact that always is going to happen. They thrive on that, the Rams do. You have to overcome that, not use it as a whining excuse. You want to beat them, you got to beat them the way they play.
3 from the corner. Missed. Graham offensive rebound. Bumped. Foul. Lanson got the block, but he also got the foul.
They're just killing the Redbirds on the board. Second attempts, drawing fouls because of second attempts. We'll see the replay here. There goes the ball off the rim. And again, as I was crediting Purcell earlier for being active, right there you see Graham. He's off the ball, comes underneath the rim, gets it.
See Jaquan Lewis come back in the game for VCU with Graham at the free throw line. They call this guy the freight train. Good stat line so far tonight. Not quite the 34-point effort that he had on Saturday, that's for sure, but
well, there's a lot of Redbirds that would hope that doesn't happen.
Redbirds again turn the basketball over. The havoc,
just
full court pressure is now really taking effect on Illinois State.
Well, they're stepping up on the first inbounds pass and rushing it, and that individual is not doing a good job of decision making. And I was here last couple of days and watched practice, and the Redbirds were going against 7 people running at them
to try to simulate the pressure. 14th Illinois State turnover. Floater is missed. McIntosh. The rebound. McIntosh playing with a mask on. He broke his nose last month.
This game tonight, to me, is a little fast for Kyle McIntosh. It's a little quick until he gets his feet under him and understands what he's got to do to be successful.
Tough shot by Wills. He got his own rebound. Deshaun Knight with a terrific stutter step and reverse lay-in.
Beautiful stutter step. Great setup right there by Deshaun getting his own shot.
5 points for Knight. 3-point Illinois State advantage.
You know, for the Redbirds, seemingly not handling the pressure and succumbing to some turnovers and things like that, they're still ahead. They still have the lead.
Graham. Dishes. Wow. Larry or miss.
I'll tell you what, underneath that rim, you better not be faint of heart.
Another offensive rebound. It's Ali Cox, and he's got a chance to tie it from the free throw line.
And right there, you saw Kyle McIntosh stood and watched the ball on the air ball runner instead of go get it. And as a result, they got the ball to put back in the foul. He's got to dash and Ranson take a seat right now because they just didn't get the job done on the board, period.
Well, they say that Mo Ali Cox has a 7'1" wingspan. He's using that to his advantage underneath the basket here tonight.
Well, it certainly wasn't a very pretty free throw attempt, that's for certain. Now, you don't see a lot of teams do it with success. You may see a lot of teams attempt it, but to go into a three-quarter court diamond one press after a missed free throw, that doesn't happen a lot with success. The other thing you can't do against this kind of pressure is pick your dribble up. Oh, there's a great
Lynch
pass
on the screen roll.
He slipped the screen. They overplayed it. He slipped it. It was a great entry pass from Bobby Hunter. Led him right to the rim.
Burgess had a shot rejected by Lynch.
And a three-point attempt.
Johnson from the corner gets a three. That's happened several times tonight where the Redbirds appear to have a defensive stop, and instead it's a three-ball in for the Rams.
They're being more aggressive on the 50-50 chances. Those 50-50 balls have got to come your way if you're going to beat them.
Wills is fouled in the backcourt.
Right there, you and I are sitting here courtside. We can see that diagonal pass that the Redbirds are being hesitant to make is wide open. Now, I realize out there with two guys running at you, you're hesitant to make it, but you can't be. You have to fight aggression with aggression and then make them pay for it. The first 15 minutes of the game tonight, the Redbirds were doing that.
Jordan Burgess, his second.
Here's Lynch again. Look at that move. And one.
They have nobody on their squad that can match up with Reggie Lynch. If the Birds can get him isolated, as we'll see on this replay, one-on-one, it's not even a contest. We need to get that. Is that gentleman right there, Mr. Doug Collins? Mr. Basketball on this campus.
Greatest basketball player to ever wear an Illinois State uniform. The floor is named after him. He's part of a statue outside the front door. These records are still standing. That's amazing. Think about how many games have been played here since the early 70s, and to still have his name all over the record book.
He is a proud alum also. He's very active in helping the university and the athletic department in particular, but he really is a proud alum. Redbirds have stuck with their zone all night. Still in it. Much more active after that timeout, I must say here. We're down to inside 10 on the shot clock.
Oh, shot. Weber just changed it. He wanted to kick it out, it looked like, to Graham, but instead he put it up and put it in.
Yeah, I think it was a little look-away fake and a little floater.
Oh, 5 points for Weber, and now a steal and a lay in that time from Jordan Burgess.
Bobby Hunter just made an ill-advised pass. You cannot make that pass. You want to get it out of the corner in a hurry, but you just don't want to throw it up for grabs. Diagonal is open still.
And another foul this time against Hunter, it looks like.
They called that a foul?
They did. Offensive foul in the backcourt against Bobby Hunter.
Oh, my. I don't know where that came from. I thought they were just calling it out of bounds.
Consecutive turnovers now against Illinois State. Right now, VCU has 21 points off Redbird turnovers.
Well, I'm thoroughly confused.
Lynch steps into that shot and comes away with a block. Now it's one-on-one with Deshaun Knight all the way down, and he was stripped but fouled by Weber.
And I bet Weber doesn't believe that was a foul either. Once again, the Redbirds seem to somehow have a knack this evening to not get disheartened when they turn the ball over. Right there, we gave them back an opportunity to score. We get a block, we go down, we draw a foul, we're going to the line. Just whatever the Rams have done, the Birds have kind of hung around and stayed in there and been involved. Redbirds have not played as well as they did the first 10 minutes of the ball game. It'll be interesting to see with just under 11 left if they can find that source of energy and basketball intelligence that they had at that point in time to finish this game out.
You know, the Redbirds would be hard-pressed to match what they did in the opening 10 minutes of the game for sure.
Hard-pressed, yes. But you got to do it. I mean, this is the quality of basketball you want to be at, then you better find a way to get to it.
And we're even at 51. Weber, floater from the lane, missed it, tipped up, and missed again.
Be strong with the board there. Purcell got two hands on that rebound.
That was Burgess, that athletic move that nearly had a tip in there. VCU has been very active at the rim, certainly here in the second half. Hawkins open, three from the top is missed. Long rebound, tapped out by Lynch. And now pickpocket from behind. Deshaun Knight had it stolen from behind. And now Weber's pass to Graham. Reverse lane is in.
Again, silly turnover by Paris Lee right there. You got to know people are behind you when you penetrate in the middle. Pick it up, be strong.
Timeout, Illinois State. Boy, again, Akun Purcell was in trouble underneath the basket. So there's a timeout on the floor. Redbirds will have the basketball when we come back. Virginia Commonwealth has the 53-51 advantage. Well, the Redbirds right now being outscored 23-4 in points off turnovers.
Well, the Redbirds have plummeted to 17. They have ballooned to 17 turnovers. Hopefully this time out, we're going to get organized here and get this rolling. Got to be aggressive and get up the floor. Up the floor. Up the floor. There we go. There's that diagonal pass I talked about.
And Purcell attacks from the left and scores.
Boy, he's got great body control. Held that ball back, threw his body into the defender, and still was able to hang and get the shot off.
17 points for Akun Purcell, who averages 16 a game. The junior college transfer from Orlando, Florida, having quite an opening month for the Redbirds.
This is the end right here that the Redbirds are going to win the game at. They either have to get stops and rebounds or they're going to lose.
Johnson.
And they did. Should have said that earlier, Kurt. I like the matchup. Reggie Lynch only has... Oh, goodness, what a bad pass.
Redbirds were looking to get the ball into Lynch, but it was overplayed that time by Johnson. Comes away with the steal. Now he throws it away. His pass intended for Burgess is out of bounds.
Neither team can really grab the lead and expand it at this point in time. I mean, it's back and forth, and the energy and the aggressiveness that's taking place here. Goodness gracious, there's a lot of contact on that step through.
Now it's Knight attacking from the right. He flipped it up and in, and a three-point opportunity.
Once again, when you got the advantage, take it to the rim and then make the defense get back on their heels. And that's exactly what he didn't go 100 miles an hour. He went to read the defense. And if he would have had to have pulled it out, he could have. But he saw that he had him buried underneath the rim, so he took it right at him. But the most important part was on the opposite end when they got it up the court. You got to attack a pressing team.
Knight in double figures now with 10 points. He's been fighting an illness the last week or so. Perhaps it affected his game against Youngstown State.
Redbirds are shooting pretty darn well from the charity stripe tonight, 9-12. Oh, that's got to be stolen. Dadgummit, in a zone right there. You got two guys up top. That's got to be a turnover.
Larrier, corner three, missed.
He's strong. Two hands on the rebound once again by Purcell. Again, young basketball players out there. Defensive rebounds. Don't go up and look pretty and cup it and pull it down. Go get it and be strong with the ball.
Offensive foul against Illinois State. Illegal screen, it looked like.
Holy smokes. Deshaun Knight?
Redbirds with a 3-point lead. 7.5 to go here in Normal at Redbird Arena. Commence by visiting BratcherComfort.com. That's a way to make an impact on the game when you only have 6 points on the offensive column, right?
Exactly.
Redbirds with a 3-point lead. Virginia Commonwealth with the basketball. The three ball is missed by Lewis, and Ransom goes and gets.
Well, one thing I can guarantee you, when Will Ransom gets both hands on the basketball on a rebound, no one's getting it away from him. He might break your jaw, your nose, or something of that nature, but you're not going to get the ball.
Ransom just threw it right off the official and out of bounds.
VCU ball.
To Will Ransom's defense, the official was open. Neither team can really take control here. It's kind of right now it's it's trading punches, but nobody can deliver a knockout blow.
Look at Johnson moving through the defense, but can't finish.
Can't hit the rim. I mean, he threw off a shot. They're hoping to go crash the boards. But the Birds have seemed to, in the last 3-4 minutes, have done a better job on that.
Akun Purcell penetrates, and a blocking foul against the Rams.
Okay, Akun Purcell, as we talked about earlier, can shoot the three. He's 3 of 4 tonight from outside. So as a result, you'll see right here, you got to get up in his face or he'll shoot over you. And then when you do, he's got a quick trigger and goes on that first step hard, draws the foul. This young man understands his skills and puts those skills into the flow of the offense.
Part of the all-tournament team at the Paradise Jam last week. Missed a free throw, and it's off of Ali Cox and out of bounds, so the Redbirds catch a break. They're going to maintain possession.
Great hustle by Will Ransom right there to create that. They did not get him blocked off, and he got a hand in there, and they tried to regrip and went off of the VCU Rams.
Lynch re-enters the game.
Boy, there's a major mismatch in the middle right now.
They're trying to get the ball to Lynch. He's being guarded right now by Lewis, who's bodying up. 6'1" Jaquan Lewis was paired with 6'10" Reggie Lynch.
Lynch did a great job of not trying to get position with his arms and upper body. He moved his feet. If you try to hook a guy, it's going to be an offensive foul. That's what Lewis had to try to do to get around in front of him. Big fella needs to drop these down. Last time up, he missed the front end of a bonus pair. This time he looked good making it.
Bonus shot.
There's the second one goes down, and it's a little offense for defense substitution. Will Ransom right back in for Lynch. Ransom is a tenacious defensive rebound. He loves that role.
5-point Illinois State lead. We approach the 6-minute mark left in this one. Graham penetrates, hangs, fires off the glass and in. 3-point opportunity now.
Oh my!
For Travion Graham.
I'm not seeing that foul. I mean, that was hands up, chest to chest on the penetrator, and that's a play on. That's a great shot by Graham. I don't understand the foul.
Graham with a tough night from the field at 5 of 12 shooting. Here he draws the contact on Ransom.
And my take on that, he's outside the arc, and who initiated the contact? The penetrator. Play on. That's incidental. In a game of this magnitude, when you've got as much contact, I mean, you're not going to call contact on traps, then don't call it there. That's just silly.
3-point play for Graham now. Give him 13 points on the game. He averages 17. And before Dan Muller can call timeout, VCU gets a steal, but again it's thrown away by the Rams.
They are just, the Rams are helping us. I mean, that has, well, at the last timeout, the Redbirds had 19 turnovers, and here we see the horrendous turnover by Virginia Commonwealth. So the Redbirds have to be over 20 in total turnovers at this point. And they just got another one.
22 turnovers for Illinois State.
Illinois State has 22 turnovers against Virginia Commonwealth, a top 30 team in the country, and are ahead by 2 points. If you'd have told me that was possible, I would have not believed you.
Now the Redbirds this half, Bob, are 8 of 12 from the field. That's been a big plus. VCU is 8 of 26 from the floor here in the second half. But shooting for a tie or for the lead. Ali Cox works on Lynch, drew a foul on Lynch.
Yeah, Lynch had to foul him in order to prevent the field goal. But the penetration is what created the field or the scenario. We see the great penetration and boom. He was going up for a dunk and Reggie said no, not on my watch. I believe that's Reggie Lynch's second foul only. He drew one in the first 2 minutes of the game, and that's the second one. Now he's starting to play with some game savvy. He's got to be on the court. Man, that's some tenacious defense one-on-one right there. Clear out and let him go. Nobody can stop Paris.
Deontay Weber on Lee. This is a good matchup.
That is. You're talking about quick on quick.
Knight bumped, fadeaway.
Oh, I thought that had a chance. You know, that's, again, you're going to talk to both coaches after the game, and neither one of them is going to say it was a very intelligently played game. The fouls that are happening, like that foul right there, is like, that was a terrible foul. He had nothing going to the basket.
When you look at Deshaun Knight, you see a guy who's 6'1", 190 pounds. You don't realize the damage he does at the foul line. He gets to the free throw line time and time and time again.
I tell you what, there's a lot of fight in that dog. Deshaun Knight he's a pit bull in sneakers.
He's giving the Redbirds a 1-point lead. 5 minutes left in this one. Weber inside to Graham. Left alone at the foul line, looking for help. Timeout VCU.
They didn't. Coach Martin.
Fans wanted a 3-second call.
That they did.
Well, that's going to be for a top 30 program, a game the Redbirds have been looking for really since last year when Illinois State was handled easily in Richmond by VCU to open the season.
Well, one of the things I think that the Redbirds, obviously being Redbird fans, we're going to want them to come out on top here. But they've learned tonight they can play with this team. There's no question about that.
Great ball movement that time. The open three was missed by Johnson, and the Redbirds are going to get it. We've had 4 lead changes and 9 ties here in the second half.
The Redbirds coaching staff has talked about their shooting woes throughout this season and how they haven't shot the ball particularly well. Right now, the Redbirds are at a 59% clip, and VCU is at a 33% clip for the game, and it's just it's amazing to me at times how this game is still this close. Redbirds are shooting the ball better but turning it over. VCU is collecting those turnovers and scoring, but then they don't shoot very well when they get some of them. Also at the free throw line, Redbirds are shooting 71%. Going into these attempts, they're 12 of 17. The VCU Rams, on the other hand, 64%, 9 of 14. Down the stretch run, gotta make free throws. When you need to beat a team, comes in highly ranked, higher than you are, supposedly better than you are, you gotta make free throws to beat them.
Hurt the Redbirds in their season opening loss to Utah State. That's the first point of the second half for Paris Lee, who had 11 in the opening half. He hasn't had a field goal since the 15:02 mark of that first period. He was terrific in that opening half. Now, that's not to take anything that he's done on the defensive side and just kind of being the floor general. He just hasn't scored the points.
Well, I think to open the game, I think VCU is daring him to shoot. Like, we're going to take other people away and let's see what you can do. And he said, okay, I'll burn you.
Graham penetrates, changed his shot, flipped it in around Lynch.
I don't think he really knew where that ball was coming down.
15 points now for Graham. Again, coming off a 34-point explosion on Saturday against Old Dominion.
Now it's straight man-to-man. Has been the last several times. Man-to-man, full court, old school, old-fashioned basketball. One of my favorite things.
Well, what a ball game. We're even at 60, under 4 minutes to go here.
Right now it's 4 in round 1. Redbirds have got 4 perimeters playing.
8 to shoot. Whistle.
Palming the ball.
Oh, the Redbirds turn it over. 3:27 to go in this one. VCU will have the basketball when we come back. 60-60 here at Redbird. Dan Muller's team hanging around, as you mentioned, Bob, despite really having a hard time with this pressure and turning the basketball over 23 times.
Well, it's kind of amazing to me that they're against a team of the caliber of a Virginia Commonwealth, that they're in this game with 23 turnovers. But the Birds play hard. Dadgummit, they play hard. They never give up, nor does VCU. It's a great non-conference game for both teams. And needless to say, a little bit different approach than a year ago.
Graham floater, and the Rams with the lead. He's got 19 now. Check that, he's got 17.
They got so many weapons on offense. Tonight they're not shooting a real good percentage, but they have so many guys. They got so many guys that have green lights that they don't care who it is. Holy smokes.
That foul's going to go against Reggie Lynch, it looks like. He got tangled up with Burgess.
I'd like to see. I did not see it, but I just can't imagine how that could have been an offensive call. I did not see it, so I will withhold judgment. But more times than not, when there's an entanglement of that nature, it's created by the defense. Bird's got to buckle down now. 2.5 left in the ball game. Down 2. It's got to be on the defense and the rebounds that you make your stance. And it's got to be a team effort. Everybody's got to be focused in on what's got to be accomplished. Know and trust your scouting reports.
Graham works on Lynch. It's swatted out of there by Reggie Lynch. And now the Redbirds have a 3-on-2 if they want it. It's Paris Lee. Missed the shot. Deshaun Knight follows. He can't get it. Knight again the rebound.
Paris Lee tried to make too much difficulty out of a routine left-handed layup, and he is left-handed. Just finish. There he is. I like the ball in this man's hand.
Purcell
right
on
there's
Burgess.
A bump. Right there's a bump.
And that's the call. So Akun Purcell to the free throw line.
Foul number 20, Jordan Burgess, his fourth. Redbirds are in the double bonus. 2 shots. The ball, Akun Purcell at the free throw line.
Shaka Smart knew that this game was going to be a difficult one for his team, as we mentioned, after dropping 2 out of 3 last week and having a rivalry game this weekend against Virginia. This would be a real easy game if you're not looking at it, if you're VCU, to overlook the Redbirds. But this has been a battle from start to finish.
Missed free throws down the stretch. That's at least 3 that I'm recalling. Could be more. Just got to suck it up, get a stop. Got to make those things happen right now.
Open 3, Graham.
Huge oh my.
Ali Cox had the ball stripped out of his hands. It's out of bounds. It's off of the Redbirds, however. Deshaun Knight just poked it away from Ali Cox, and then the ball rolled, but it rolled off of Paris Lee and out of bounds.
Ali Cox was all alone on that weak side board. Gotta get a body on a body. Again, young basketball players, blocking out has not gone out of style.
Dan Muller's Redbirds come in with a 3-2 record. Lost it opening night to Utah State. Lost in the championship game of the Paradise Jam to Seton Hall.
And I think with each game the Redbirds have played, the Redbird fans have seen improvement. This is a team that's still growing, still understanding what's got to happen, who they are.
3. His shot looked like it was tipped, and now it's a long rebound and another offensive rebound for the Rams as we approach the 1-minute mark left in this game. They've owned the offensive glass.
Well, that's the Redbirds have gone in a man-to-man out of that timeout. They got out of the zone.
Now it's Johnson, stutter step. He's flipped it up, and it's going to be a foul. No, a foul against Illinois State, it appears. It's going to go against Paris Lee.
Wow. Here we see it. It's set up with a high ball screen. Oh, my. That official does not really want to come see that replay. That doesn't really... Wow. To make that call with 46 seconds left, I'm sorry, Kurt. I mean, for what? The physicality that's been taking place during the game, and to call that at this point in time, I don't understand.
So Johnson makes both free throws and gives
Utah State Shockers coming back to Redbird.
A couple of humdingers against the Shockers the past few years here. 64-61. VCU to lead Illinois State with a basketball. 45 seconds left in this one. Knight, pump fake, lobs, Lynch, blocked by Ali Cox, out of bounds to Illinois State.
Good recovery because that pass was executed perfectly on the high ball screen. They switched over, as we'll see here on this replay. I believe we got one coming. That they switched on it. Here it is. Made the pass over the defender, and the recovery from behind got the block.
Knight, his three is blocked. Lynch is there.
He can go right to the rim, big fella.
And he does, and he's going to get to the free throw line. Had an opportunity for a three-point play, had it gone in, did not. So he's going to get a couple of free throws instead. That's the fifth foul now on Burgess, and so he is disqualified.
Well, again, isolated one-on-one. They can't stop him. They can't stop him. Redbird fans are waiting for it.
Lynch's first one is no good. He's a 47% free throw shooter.
Okay,
and now VCU calls timeout, 30-second timeout for Shaka Smart. For everyday shopping at Meijer with M Perks. Sign up for free at mperks.com. All right, second of two free throws now for Lynch, with 19.2 seconds remaining in regulation. And that one's in. And now Tony Wills will come in and replace Lynch.
Redbirds are going small, pressuring the ball, full court, looking for the quick steal. If not, have to foul. Down two. Oh, that's exactly who they wanted it inbounded to.
And so the Redbirds foul Ali Cox as soon as he received the pass. He is a 63% free throw shooter.
And has not looked good on any of his attempts this evening. Credit right there to Akun Purcell and Teddy Hawkins and Dejan Knight for not letting the ball get entered into one of the upcourt people on the wing. They made the big fella come back and get it and then fouled him immediately. Bingo. There is life. Only 1 second ran off the clock. Exactly 1 second. Now, even if...
So the sophomore from Alexandria, Virginia, and Middleburg Academy, Mo Ali Cox, with the second of his two free throws, and that's missed. And so the Redbirds have an opportunity to shoot for the tie or the win. Paris Lee penetrates, missed the shot. Rebound VCU. It's Weber who comes away with it before he's fouled.
I'd like to see that replay before I voice an opinion on a foul or not. Replays will be coming up. Paris Lee off the dribble. Al, you could go either way with here's a better angle. Is there contact? Well, I don't think there's...
Looks like a pretty clean defensive play. The Redbirds had a good look at it. Ran a nice play for Paris Lee.
Typically at your home floor, you get that call. On the road, you don't. But tonight, I will say, these are A10 officials, Atlantic 10 officials. Last year in Richmond at VCU, they were Missouri Valley officials.
And Weber makes both of his free throws.
The dagger.
And now it's VCU calling timeout with 4.5 seconds left, and that's going to send the folks to the egg.
Squad better.
Yeah, you look at that schedule. Tennessee, Villanova, Oregon. Road game here against Illinois State. Again, Virginia, Northern Iowa, Belmont, the next three. Play at Cincinnati after that. Here comes Lee. Quickly a timeout. The pass was thrown from Justin McLeod, the junior who comes in and throws the pass, and then a quick timeout. So the Redbirds ran about, a second off that clock.
Second is trying to get games with the majors, and they just ignore you.
2.6 remaining in this one. McLeod again to trigger. He's going to have the lob, but it's going to be tipped away by Ali Cox. Lynch does get it on the baseline. His shot is no good. And VCU has come into Redbird Arena and beaten Illinois State 66-62.
hard-fought game.